The news in detail. Ethiopia is emerging as a beacon of progress in the Horn of Africa, with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's ambitious wheat self-sufficiency program producing record-breaking harvests and setting the stage for global exports. Meanwhile, neighboring Eritrea remains mired in isolation and stagnation under President Isaias Afwerki's authoritarian regime, with citizens facing repression, economic hardship, and mass migration. Ajay Kapoor has more.
Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's ambitious vision for Ethiopia is driving transformative change, with the country's wheat revolution emerging as a flagship achievement. Ethiopia has taken significant strides toward food self-sufficiency, producing 230 million quintals of wheat in 2023 alone. This feat, achieved through off-season irrigation, the use of heat-tolerant varieties, and mechanized farming, positions Ethiopia on the brink of becoming a global wheat exporter, alleviating reliance on costly imports. The government's strategic focus on modernizing agriculture has been bolstered by tax exemptions for farming equipment and targeted investments in underutilized regions. Ethiopia's wheat initiative has drawn global recognition from organizations such as the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the African Development Bank, reinforcing the nation's growing reputation as a leader in agricultural innovation. Beyond agriculture, Prime Minister Abiy has spearheaded reforms in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. New schools, hospitals, highways, and expanded internet connectivity signal Ethiopia's commitment to inclusive growth and economic modernization. The Prime Minister has also emphasized unity, ensuring development reaches all Ethiopians, regardless of ethnicity or geography, while positioning the country as a regional leader in stability and cooperation. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed also has reaffirmed his government's commitment to advancing Ethiopia's development, highlighting significant strides in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Under his leadership, Ethiopia is making transformative progress toward becoming a prosperous, united, and self-reliant nation. Education reforms have taken center stage, with a focus on expanding access and quality to empower communities and drive sustainable development. Similarly, healthcare improvements have been prioritized, with new hospitals and clinics being constructed, and enhanced training for medical professionals underway. In infrastructure, Ethiopia has launched ambitious projects to modernize transportation and communication networks, including highways, expanded railway systems, and improved internet connectivity, supporting economic growth and a burgeoning digital economy. The Prime Minister has also emphasized inclusivity, ensuring that development benefits all Ethiopians, irrespective of ethnicity, gender, or location. Internationally, Ethiopia is solidifying its position as a regional leader by fostering peace, stability, and collaboration with neighboring countries. These achievements reflect Abiy Ahmed's vision for Ethiopia to emerge as a beacon of progress and stability in Africa, inspiring collective action toward a brighter future. Asmara, Eritrea. In stark contrast, Eritrea continues to struggle under the decades-long leadership of President Isaias Afwerki. Critics highlight widespread repression, indefinite military conscription, and severe economic stagnation. With no elections, constitution, or independent judiciary, Eritrea remains one of the world's most isolated nations, drawing comparisons to a Stone Age existence.
Youth have been taken away from their homes and they're subjected to an endless military or national service, and lack of independent media and civil society organizations. The Eritrean government has dissolved all civil society organizations, or mass association for that matter, right after independence. And so that's by design again, to keep the society into autocratic or almost totalitarian system. At the moment, Eritreans they don't have consistent clean water, they don't have health system, they don't have educational, they don't have, name it, anything that you can think of as any basic needs that the government should provide to a society. That is absolutely not there in Eritrea. People are barely surviving and people are starving as we speak in Eritrea. And outdated infrastructure. We probably have seen these pictures after pictures of the colonial buildings of Asmara in Massawa, it's just heartbreaking. And that's what the regime has accomplished for the last 30 years, destroying what existed in the country and not even doing any maintenance or building new ones.
The lack of investment in key sectors like healthcare, education, and infrastructure has left much of Eritrea underdeveloped, exacerbating poverty and forcing tens of thousands to flee annually. Forced conscription, which can last for decades, has contributed to a mass exodus, further depleting the country's workforce and potential for progress. Despite possessing untapped resources in mining and agriculture, Eritrea remains hindered by restrictive governance and limited foreign relations. Calls for reform and increased attention from the international community emphasize the urgent need for change to break the cycle of repression and enable a brighter future for its citizens. As Ethiopia continues its upward trajectory, setting an example of regional progress, Eritrea's struggles underscore the divergent paths of the two neighboring nations in the Horn of Africa.